Close 5. Download now for free. Buy and sell for free.
Right now on Fox 5 News at 6.
For the second straight day, a small plane crashes in our area, leaving one person dead and another injured. Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Christina Park.
I'm Antoine Lewis. That fatal crash happened early this morning in Bethpage, Long Island. The plane had taken off from West Hampton Beach when it suddenly began losing altitude and hit a railroad crossing signal.
The accident killed the pilot and injured a passenger. It also left Long Island Railroad service a mess. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is live at the scene in Bethpage with the very latest tonight. Good evening, Lisa.
Well, good evening, Christina and Antoine. Authorities are telling me that this was actually an air taxi that would shuttle passengers to and from the Hamptons during this busy summer season. Now, an NTSB investigator has been here at the scene all day long, collecting evidence, sorting through the wreckage, trying to find answers about what went wrong. The NTSB tells me that the single-engine Beechcraft 35 plane was at about 6,500 feet when the pilot radioed air traffic control and told him he was having engine problems and needed to return to the West Hampton Beach Airport. The plane then suddenly lost altitude, hitting the Long Island Railroad signal post at the Oyster Bay Road crossing on the Hicksville-Bethpage border. The impact broke off the plane's right wing seconds before it fell onto the tracks.
I actually didn't realize what was going on. My coworker did. He saw the plane as it went past the window, and it was upside down. So at that point, he just got up and ran. He said, that plane's going down, call 911.
After impact, the plane burst into flames, and firefighters from around the area quickly responded. The pilot did not survive the crash, but the passenger, identified as Carl Giordano of New Vernon, New Jersey, did and was rushed to a local hospital.
A small plane tried to land on South Oyster Bay Road here and clipped some of the railroad infrastructure and broke up.
The NTSB says the pilot made the distress call about 7:47 in the morning, but by then it was too late. The wreckage covered the Long Island Railroad tracks and interrupted service, but with its location right on the vehicle crossing, it was lucky no more lives were lost.
There was no train going through at that point, but the crossing was open.
Now, since the crash happened right on the train tracks, Long Island Railroad service has been disrupted all day long. I want you to take a look at this video we just got in from the Hicksville train station. You can see people online there, getting online and also getting on buses and trying to find alternate routes. Now, just a few minutes ago, I spoke with the MTA spokesperson who is here at the scene. He's been here all day, and he told me they still don't have any answers yet about whether service will be fully restored in the morning. Now, we have seen MTA crews, as you can see behind me. They've been working at this all day long, clearing the tracks and also testing the tracks, because one of the concerns is with that burning plane fuel that it might have actually warped some of the ties and some of the railroad lines themselves. So they're testing that very, very carefully, and will have to run test trains before they can give the all clear and restore service fully. But the MTA spokesperson did tell me that they'll have definite information by 10 o'clock, so make sure you keep it locked in right here to Fox 5 News at 10, and we'll bring you the latest about the train service for your morning commute. We're live in Bethpage. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Christina and Antoine, back to you.
All right, Lisa, thank you.
Investigators are still looking at the scene of yesterday's small plane crash in New Jersey that killed the pilot. Now, the 50-year-old pilot took off from Essex County Airport in Fairfield, heading to Teterboro Airport when something went wrong. He reported mechanical difficulties shortly before the plane went down, which was near a very busy roadway in West Caldwell. The pilot was the only person aboard the single-engine Cessna.
A plane with 54 people on board is missing in a remote area of Indonesia. Officials say the Trigana Air Service plane like this one was flying over eastern Indonesia in bad weather when it lost contact with air traffic controllers. People in that area told authorities they saw an aircraft crash into a mountain. Crews tried to get to the reported crash site today, but had to call off the effort due to more bad weather. They say they will resume the search on Monday. So far, there is no word on whether or not anyone survived. For the second straight day, it was a real hot mess around the city.
A real hot mess. The sun was blazing in Madison Square Park. People trying their best to stay cool, but how much longer will this heat last?
Samantha Jerry is here with a first look at the forecast. Hi, Samantha.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, Christina. Hi, Antoine. Well, the heat is sticking with us as we head into the week. We're not going to get a break just yet. Today was 1 degree hotter than yesterday, but the humidity was higher, and so we certainly felt that. Today, your high was 93 degrees. a good 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. We still haven't had any record-breaking heat. Record high today, 96 back in 1944. Tomorrow, the hottest day of this stretch will be coming up, and then we'll get a little bit of a relief later in the week. Right now, temperatures are in the 80s, still near 90. Our dew points on the rise in the 60s to near 70. Now, when our dew points get in the upper 60s to near 70, we start to get into that uncomfortable category, and this is the type of weather that we're looking at really for most of the upcoming week. Also today, with the hot temperatures, the high humidity, we did have a couple of scattered showers and storms pop up with the brief heavy downpours. Especially, you might have noticed that lightning in parts of New Jersey, down towards Brooklyn and the south shore of Long Island. There was a flood advisory posted earlier, but storms are drifting off to the south and east. We'll be clearing it out this evening and looking just fine overnight tonight. Any leftover showers moving out over the ocean. High pressure is in place, so tonight it's just kind of warm and muggy. We're feeling it out there. We wake up to sunshine tomorrow morning. Hot day coming up. Temperatures are topping out in the 90s, and more hot weather is in the forecast. Those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Samantha, thank you. Hillary Rodham Clinton continues to dismiss allegations that she sent and received classified material on her private email account during her tenure as Secretary of State. But now the Washington Times reports that the number of Clinton's emails flagged for classified data has grown to 60. Republican candidate Donald Trump told Meet the Press he thinks the controversy will be the end of Clinton's campaign.
Now, I think she may not be able to run, to be honest, because this whole email thing is a horrible thing.
But he does say that if she does run, he'll be able to beat her. Meantime, Clinton says the emails are not what voters are talking about.
Looks like the death toll continues to rise from last week's massive explosions at a warehouse storing hazardous chemicals in China. At least 112 people were killed, more than 700 others injured, and dozens more still missing. China's top prosecuting office says it's setting up a team to investigate this after reports that several hundred tons of toxic chemical cyanide, sodium cyanide, they were actually there on the site. In the meantime, thousands of soldiers are taking part in the effort to clear dangerous chemical contamination.
The NYPD is asking the public to help them find a suspect who escaped while in custody. Police say 25-year-old Austin Stevenson was handcuffed and under arrest for criminal trespass in East Harlem early this morning when he shoved the escorting officer and took off. Stevenson was last seen at 104th Street and Lexington Avenue. He was wearing gray pants and a black T-shirt. The
step-granddaughter of actor Morgan Freeman was stabbed to death in Washington Heights early this morning. Now, police say it happened around 3 a.m. on 162nd Street. 33-year-old Adina Hines appears to have been stabbed multiple times in the torso. She died at Harlem Hospital. Police arrested a 30-year-old man there at the scene.
Civil rights leader and icon Julian Bond has died. Bond was a leading figure of the 1960s civil rights movement and served as chairman of the NAACP for a decade. He also served in the Georgia State Legislature. The Southern Poverty Law Center reports Bond died yesterday in Florida after suffering a brief illness. In a statement today, President Obama called him a hero and a friend. Bond was 75 years old.
Well, today some city taxi owners and drivers held a rally for fairness. Members of the Taxi Medallion Owner-Driver Association gathered in front of the Taxi and Limousine Commission offices. Now, the members say they're paying about $900,000 for each taxi medallion and are heavily regulated by the city. They want app-based companies like Uber and those for-hire vehicles to abide by the same rules.
App-based companies have unfairly brute forced their way into the yellow cab industry with illegal tactics and deceiving marketing tactics.
In a statement to Fox 5, Uber responded with this: Taxi Medallion millionaires will now do and say anything to stop the flood of drivers switching to Uber, adding Uber driver partners and licensed and insured the exact same way that taxi drivers apparently are.
That massive water gun fight in Central Park last month wasn't all fun and games.
Coming up, we're going to tell you about the damage resulting from the Wet and Wild event.
And we've all heard of horrible bosses, but one Chick-fil-A owner in Texas is a huge hit with his employees. We'll tell you when the Fox 5 News at 6 continues.
Time and temperature brought to you by your Tri-State Ford dealers. TV's biggest show, Empire, is returning, and you could be one of the first to watch the premiere episode of Season 2 and attend a Q&A with the cast. Enter the Empire Rising contest. Go to facebook.com/Fox5NY to enter. And remember, Empire returns Wednesday, September 23rd at 9 p.m. on Fox 5. Brought to you by the new Broadway production of The Color Purple, starring Jennifer Hudson. Previews begin November 10th. Get tickets at colorpurple.com.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the luxury of freedom at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2015 NX200 Turbo for $369 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Good morning.
Morning.
No.
WeatherTech floor liners are created to be the ultimate vehicle floor protection in the world. Designed with channels to catch and hold spills until you wash them away. Go to WeatherTech.com and order your perfect fit floor liners today. The most advanced floor protection for your vehicle is at WeatherTech.com.
Stay in there.
The Hyundai Summer Clearance Event is here.
A few features.
Well, I've done my homework on the Hyundai Elantra. Remote start from my phone, 7-inch touchscreen nav with voice recognition, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Pandora, and a rear view camera.
And America's best warranty.
The 2016 Elantra. Lease one now for just $119 a month, including $500 off in summer sales cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer during the Summer Clearance Event for amazing deals.
With the help of Comfort Keepers, I'm keeping my mom healthy.
I'm keeping Dad on schedule.
I'm keeping my mom happy. Comfort Keepers in-home professional caregivers can provide meal planning and preparation, health and wellness services, and personal care services through custom care plans that can change as needs change, so your aging loved ones can stay happy and healthy in their own home.
Comfort Keepers, keeping the comfort of home.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the luxury of freedom at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 6.
New details regarding that massive water gun fight in Central Park last month.
Now, according to the Post, the more than 9,000 participants left quite a mess in the park after the event. The Central Park Conservancy tells the paper that a half-acre of sod on the Great Lawn was actually damaged, along with 100 feet of fencing and several restrooms that were apparently flooded. The Parks Department tried to shut down the event when the more than 60,000 people who said they would be attending, but event organizers told followers to simply show up anyway.
It pays to work at Chick-fil-A, literally. Even when they're closed. For the past 5 months, the Chick-fil-A in Austin, Texas has been closed for remodeling, but that didn't stop the franchise owner from continuing to pay his 50 employees.
Oh, wow.
And as an extra incentive, he even gave them a $1 per hour raise.
It'd be a real financial crisis for the 50 families represented from the employees here. They have to go 5 months without a job.
Glover should make his money back and then some. The new and improved restaurant is the largest Chick-fil-A in the Austin area.
An amazing sight on Long Island this weekend. Check this out. A pod of dolphins swimming in the Long Island Sound. Now, Alyssa Montalassi, and her kids spotted them in the waiting river yesterday, and then she shared this video with us. All that.
All right, for the second straight day, temperatures topped 90 degrees across the city.
That did not stop crowds from lining up along Madison Avenue for the annual India Day Parade. Visitors braving the heat and the humidity to sample a lot of tasty Indian cuisines.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. So just how long will this hot weather last?
Let's head over to Samantha Algieri with a look at our forecast. Hi, Sam.
Hi, guys. It's lasting with us, really, as we head into the upcoming week. And the heat looks like it's going to peak tomorrow. Could be the hottest day. It's steamy out there. I bet you really notice the humidity if you're out and about through the day today. At least we had mainly sunny skies. We will be tracking just that small chance of a stray storm again tomorrow afternoon. Most of you keep it dry, and any storms that do pop up will be typical summer-like thunderstorms. They're in and out pretty quickly. Hazy, hot, humid weather is with us through the week. The best chance of seeing some wet weather will come late Thursday into Friday. A cold front will sweep by, and it will kick some of the hot and humid weather out of here as we head head into next weekend. Right now, temperatures are in the 80s. We have that south wind again cooling us down a little bit. The dew point 68. When we get close to 70, you really start to feel it out there. And we have that southeasterly wind. That will be the story through the night tonight. Showing you the big picture of temperatures. Look how hot it is across the Northeast. Even in Maine right now, temps well into the 80s. Washington, D.C. still almost near 90 degrees. The hot weather is in place and it's not going anywhere just yet. Now overhead, we have had a couple of showers and storms pop up this afternoon with the steamy, sticky conditions. Any leftover showers are drifting off to the south and east, moving out over the ocean away from us, and we'll be looking okay. But tomorrow afternoon, could see a similar picture. Any storms really isolated, and you have just about a 15 to 20% chance of seeing some of that wet weather. Here's the setup. We have high pressure in place, a southerly flow pumping in the hot, humid weather. We'll be keeping our eye on an area of low pressure starting to push into the Great Lakes, and it will slowly creep in our direction through the upcoming week, and it kind of brings us that increasing chance of seeing a stray storm later on in the week. So hot, humid weather with us. High pressure will slowly drift offshore, and there's that cold front. Couple of showers and storms popping up. Maybe one reaching us for Monday afternoon, but for the most part, we look okay. Tuesday morning, starting out with sunshine. It's still steamy out there. Temps still near 90. Then we'll see more in the way of cloud cover late in the week. Eventually, that area of low pressure creeping closer to us. Good day to head to the water tomorrow. If you're going to keep it cool on the Sound, the river, or the ocean. Going to the beach tomorrow, moderate risk of rip currents. Swim in front of the lifeguards, of course. You need your sunblock as well. Tonight, partly cloudy, warm, muggy, 65 to 75 degrees. And tomorrow, some spots in New Jersey topping out near 95. On average, the high temperature is going to be close to about 92. So, yeah, it's hot out there with the humidity. It certainly feels warmer as well. We will take a look ahead for Tuesday. Temps near 90 again, 89 on Wednesday. The humidity is way up there, so you're going to be feeling it throughout the week. There might be just a stray storm, but again, the best chance Thursday, Friday gets rid of some of the moisture out there, and we feel better into next weekend.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So, Sam, this is the first time that we've seen you. Just where you're from, where's home?
I'm from Long Island. I live on the beach, so it's been a little bit cooler there with that sea breeze, but coming into the city, kind of sticky, steamy.
And you can
it's good to be here
for all the beach forecasts. She's
she
really
knows
into
it.
different
I'm
exotic
obsessed with
beach locales.
Beach girl. Welcome to the family.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Well, I see you every morning.
Yeah, with Mike Lewis in the morning.
Duke. Welcome, Duke. What's coming up on Sports
All right, coming
Extra?
up after the break, the first place Yankees up in Toronto looking to sweep the second place Blue Jays. Those highlights coming up.
But first, a message from Fox 5 Vice President and General Manager Lou Leone.
Right now, there's no hope for kids in New York City's failing public schools. Under the current administration, it's been 2 years of school down the drain, and the news is getting worse every day. From day one, the de Blasio administration and his hand-picked chancellor, Carmen Farina, have not had the best interests of students as their top priority. The first thing they did was back up the truck and award the teachers union a massive new contract with retroactive pay raises. Now, the New York Post has been reporting a seemingly endless stream of systematic fraud in the city's school system. So-called social promotion, where kids get a free pass to the next grade, regardless of their performance and proficiency, has returned. Kids are allowed to take numerous summer classes for quote-unquote credit recovery and cheat on the exams. And even kids who don't go to class and miss final exams are allowed to graduate in order to help school administrators meet their goals and keep their jobs. This behavior by school administrators is outrageous, ethically and morally wrong, and possibly criminal in nature. The mayor and Farina responded with the usual political response to a scandal, which is the formation of a task force. In this case, it is a farcical panel of cronies who will essentially just be investigating themselves and their friends. Farina appeared on Good Day New York last year and promised she would be back.
Chancellor, we thank you so much. We hope to have you back soon, okay?
Yes. After my 100 days.
After your 100, okay. That's a, what number are we at now?
We're getting close.
I think it's April 11th is the 100th day, and we already have a list of all the things we've accomplished. So I'm happy to come back and discuss all the good news.
Well, we've been asking, and she will not return to answer questions. New York City school kids deserve better. I believe in mayoral control of the school system, but Governor Cuomo only gave de Blasio a one-year extension to prove that he can get the job done. You can see where this is heading. Governor Cuomo will surely use de Blasio's failures to his advantage in their ongoing power struggle and argue for the state to take back control, clean house, and will have to start the whole reform process all over again. Once again, it will be the kids who suffer, and for many of them, it is just too late.
Greg and Rosanna in Lego form?
Hi. Why did you take a piece out of my forehead?
I thought it was a slight improvement. There we go. How much does something like this cost?
Around $3,000.
Well, thanks for the freebie.
Fun, unexpected. Good Day New York, #1.
It's a golden opportunity to turn every ride into a thrill ride. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RC350 for $449 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Ava and I needed a little vacay, but we needed to watch our spending. Meaning I needed to watch Nikki. She's the spender. I'm the saver. So mobile banking from TD Bank helps me keep track. For both of us. She was just browsing. We got her phone. I'm Ava.
I'm Nikki, and we bank human at TD Bank.
What?
I'm coming.
Let's go, Dad!
Who's ready to go to Wally World?
It's a long way down Holiday Road. Holiday Road.
Honey, a blonde in a convertible? Seriously?
Built for families, designed for drivers. Lease the 7-seat all-wheel drive QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your tri-state Infinity retailer.
Switch now, New York, and get installed as early as today.
Mom switched.
We switched.
I switched to Time Warner Cable and knew exactly when they were coming, thanks to their 1-hour appointment window.
For $89.99 a month, you'll get 100 meg internet, hundreds of HD channels, and unlimited calling to the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, Mexico, China, and India. And for a limited time, you could get a $300 reward card, plus TV equipment and Epics included. Get installed for free as early as today. Call 1-800-341-9716.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the leading-edge connectivity of the Lexus ES at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2015 ES350 for $329 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
The Yankees up in Toronto again today. The Yanks started the day, 1.5 games up on the second-place Blue Jays. Yanks are going to complete the 3-game sweep. The rookie, Luis Severino, had one bad inning. Set up here by Carlos Beltran, losing the ball in the sun for an error with 2 outs. Putting Tulowitzki on after an RBI single. Jose Bautista crushed a 2-run homer to left. He just kills the Yankees. Jays led 3-0 on the way to a 3-1 win, cutting the Yankees' lead in the East to just a half game over the second-place Blue Jays. Mets trying to avoid the sweep. Game tied at 1 in the 7th. The Pirates with a run on first, and Bobby Purnell throws a sure double play ball into center field. As the infielders struggle to cover, everyone is safe, and you know what's happening next. The next batter, Gregory Polanco, singles to center, scoring the lead run. The Pirates go on to crush the Mets 8-1 to complete the 3-game sweep of the series against the Mets. Football now, and Geno Smith continues to dominate the headlines after having his jaw broken in a locker room brawl. And Geno on the cover of the New York Post today. That jaw obviously swollen, as you can tell. He, of course, had surgery, metal plates implanted in the jaw. But how about the picture? Inside, he's in the parking lot of his apartment complex wearing, tape underneath the eyes there, shirtless, throwing a football. IK Anampali, who, of course, broke Geno's jaw with what they're calling a sucker punch, recently signed by Rex Ryan and the Buffalo Bills. All right, we're going to talk about Geno Smith tonight on Sports Extra, presented by Toyota at 10:30. Mark Malusis and Maggie Gray. Mark, of course, WFAN. Maggie, Sports Illustrated, will come in tonight to talk about Geno Smith, the Jets, the Giants, Tom Brady. We'll also have a lot of baseball on the show tonight.
And the Buffalo Bill connection now. You've got a lot going on tonight.
That's an interesting
That's the way he likes it.
Yeah. Thanks, Duke.
All right, still to come is their new king of the box office.
Coming up, we're going to tell you if Straight Outta Compton could muscle its way straight to the top of the box office when we return.
What's better than Modern Family? Modern Family back-to-back. Weeknights at 7 on Fox 5.
The Close 5 app for local buying and selling is the easy way to get rid of the unwanted items cluttering up your closets and garage. Take a picture and set a price in less than a minute. Then get offers from local buyers. It's that easy.
Close 5. Download now for free. Buy and sell for free.
You know what this beach needs?
CPR?
RPMs. More hustle, Hop. Now it's Muscle Beach. Put this against your ear, and you can hear a hemming.
Whoa! Get a great deal during the Dodge Summer Clearance event. Well-qualified lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on Charger SXT for $219 a month or get 0% financing.
This is Melissa and Tony. Instead of going to the gym, they've decided to flex their culinary muscle and cook a romantic and healthy dinner. And even though they're not experts at chopping, they are confident the resulting salad will be spectacular because they're using Goya low-sodium chickpeas with the outstanding quality and taste you've come to expect from Goya, but with 2/3 less sodium. Goya low-sodium chickpeas, the perfect wholesome ingredient for real-life chefs. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
The Close 5 app for local buying and selling is the easy way to get rid of the unwanted items cluttering up your closets and garage. Take a picture and set a price in less than a minute. Then get offers from local buyers. It's that easy.
Close 5. Download now for free. Buy and sell for free.
We're doing time
With Leah Delaria.
from Orange is the New Black. I'm obsessed with you. Ice and Cocoa.
Monday at 11 on Fox 5.
Girl, you brought sexy back.
Fox Monday. The top 10 are on fire.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I just want to applaud you.
The competition is so hot, it will leave you speechless. All new, so you think you can
It all
dance.
starts Monday at 8 on Fox 5.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Hey, that was dope, eh?
No surprise here. Straight Outta Compton went straight to the top of the box office. Universal's movie charting the formation and rise of the influential rap group NWA brought in more than $56 million in its debut weekend. And look, it was actually made against a $29 million budget.
Rounding out the top 5, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation came in second with $17 million, and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. debuted with $13.5 million. Fantastic Four came in fourth with $8 million, followed by The Gift, finishing fifth with $6.5 million.
Samantha has one final look at the weather.
You have a gift for us?
I do, if you like the heat. I mean, I love the heat. When you take the humidity, it does start to make things a little bit difficult for some people out there, a bit uncomfortable. And we'll start to feel that, especially tomorrow. Check out your high, 93 degrees. Woo. And if we hit 93 again, it's an official heat wave for the first time this summer, for the first time in 2 years. Still at 90 on Tuesday, we have that sunshine. We'll track the chance of a stray storm late Wednesday. I really think most of the wet weather will hold off until Thursday and Friday.
Love it,
Sunny
Samantha.
skies. Yeah.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it for the Fox 5 News at 6. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Antoine Lewis.
And I'm Christina Park with Samantha Argeri and Duke Castiglione. We'll see you back here at 10.
Stay tuned. Inside Edition coming up next.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the luxury of freedom. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, lease the 2015 NX200 Turbo for $369 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Meet Kyle.